News 2 at 11, working for you.
But when the smoke clears, we still have 2 murdered children, and we've got to answer to that. And I don't think we have.
2 slain infants are at the center of debate again at the Guilford Board of Social Services. Good evening, everyone. I'm Frank Fraboni.
And I'm Sandra Hughes. The state looked into the deaths of the children because their deaths came just weeks after a visit from social workers. That visit found the children to be safe.
But the board's chairman and others still aren't satisfied with their findings. 19 reporter Stephanie Borland joins us now to tell us there was nothing on tonight's agenda about the deaths, but it quickly dominated the meeting. Right, Stephanie?
Right, Frank. Right, Sandra. Most people thought the only fireworks that might come out of tonight's meeting would be the possible resignation of its chairman, the Reverend Michael King. That didn't happen, but here's what did.
But the point is that we need to see the facts and to assure that whether the other kids in Guilford County are safe.
There's folks getting killed out there every day. Let's get the sheriff in here and see if he can't do something about that.
That's how the debate continues for an hour. The chairman of the board, Reverend Michael King, asking for more information, while County Commissioner and board member Warren Dorsett insists the case is closed and he wasn't alone. But neither was King. Well, Vice Chairwoman Betsy Harrington argues the state has already found the facts. She says the board is still at a stalemate.
If I don't vote to have them continue to come in and review, we're going to stay mired down, and that's what I don't want. I want us to move on.
Well, we can't
and
until
get
we
out
get
of here.
answers.
Finally, Chairman King quashed the squabbling and simply asked for the board to take a vote.
Favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? It passes.
Now, as you just heard, it was unanimous. The board will ask the state to take another look at the children's deaths and what, if any, part social services may have played in it. Sandra?
Now, Stephanie, the other big question is whether or not Reverend Michael King is going to resign.
Right, of course. And we did talk to him. He never made it official, anything like that during the meeting, but we did talk to him after the meeting in the elevator. He says some time constraints and, frankly, the fact that he's just, quote, burned out are some things he's looking into. And on Friday, he will tell us. And, of course, we'll bring that to our viewers.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Stephanie. Well, following the top story, time right now to check out that first alert forecast. Randy, how's it looking out there?
Frank, believe it or not, it's still pretty mild outside this evening, and I guess we'd expect that after what was a beautiful day across these parts today. Here's the way the next several hours add up for you. Check out the forecast tomorrow morning when you head out. Skies will be fair, temperatures a little cool, about 36. At noontime, partly cloudy skies, readings just shy of the 60 mark. And at 6 o'clock, again, a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures just over the 60 mark. It feels like springtime out there. Will it last into the weekend? We'll check the forecast and have all the details up in just a few minutes.
We're keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
good.
Thanks, Randy.
Well, the leader of this country's biggest minority church is facing criminal charges.
The Reverend Henry Lyons was arrested in Florida this afternoon. He's charged with racketeering and theft. Police are looking into business deals where Lyons may have used church money. They also say Lyons took more than $200,000 in donations from a fund to help burned out churches in the South. Lyons is president of the National Baptist Convention USA, a group with more than 8 million members. Dr. Matthew Johnson of Manasseh Baptist Church in Greensboro has been one of his loudest critics.
My honest opinion is that Henry Lyons set out to do what he did from the very beginning. I don't think this is a case of a good man gone bad.
Last year, Lyons was nearly voted out of the church because of the allegations. He publicly apologized but refused to step down.
A controversial study out this week says that shampoos can cause cancer. Now, you may have seen the reports on CBS and are wondering what to do about it. Well, there are alternatives. But as Vernon Fraley tells us, some folks here in the Piedmont just aren't worried about it.
Customers like Debbie Davis have been using products with diethanolamine in them for years. On the back labels, it's called DEA for short. Davis says even though she's been made aware of the findings that link DEA to cancer, she's still not worried.
The DEA reports haven't concerned me. I've still been shampooing my hair. Basically, there are reports on everything about cancer.
CBS This Morning shed light on the ingredient found in cosmetics, soaps, bubble baths, and shampoos. But it does more than make soap bubbles. Even in small doses, DEA increases the risk of cancer. That's what animal tests recently completed by the federal government have discovered. Salons in the Piedmont, like every other one in the country, use products with DEA in them. Now that they know about it, these bottles will remain on the shelves.
I've been a hairdresser for 19 years, been teaching full-time for 16 years, and work with shampoo every day. So I have no fear whatsoever of cancer-causing agents that they say might be in the shampoo.
DEA is in almost everything that lathers up. Still, there is an alternative. A company called New Ways out of Utah has known of the dangers of DEA for years.
DEA is not a part of any of our products. We are very concerned about anything that could possibly cause cancer.
Having products that were safe to use and environmentally friendly was the reason why the company got started. Their goal is to provide a choice to the customers that does the same job but does not come with the side effects. In Greensboro, Vernon Fraley, News 2.
New Ways is available here in the Piedmont by way of an independent distributor. And here's something else you should know. Products without DEA in them will cost you a little more at the checkout counters.
It takes only a few seconds for someone to steal your kids right from under your nose. Just ask Pamela Hope. She left her 2 sons asleep in the car just for a minute last night while she ran inside her relative's home. When she came back, the car and the kids were gone. They were found sleeping safely just a couple of blocks away. A Piedmont safety educator says parents should teach children to yell for help.
But what we do recommend is they scream, "This is not my daddy, get help." That way we'll pay attention to that and get some help for them.
Other tips for keeping your kids safe. Teach them to pull away from an abductor by rotating their wrist or falling behind the adult to loosen the grip. Teach them to break out a taillight and wave for help if they're ever trapped in a trunk. And keep current pictures and fingerprints of your children on hand in case they're needed by police. President Clinton is pledging help and prayers to thousands of people in areas of Florida devastated by tornadoes. The president toured Central Florida by air and on foot today. That story tops our look at the world in a minute. President Clinton walked through what's left of the Ponderosa Park campground in Kissimmee, where 9 people died. Monday's storms were the deadliest in Florida history. 34 counties have been declared disaster areas. Victims are now eligible for low-cost federal loans and grants to rebuild. President Clinton and other NATO leaders are taking no chances in a deal with Saddam Hussein over weapons inspections. U.S. and Canadian troops are still arriving in Kuwait and amassing on the Iraqi border. Troops will remain in the region until the deal is smoothed over and Iraq has opened all its buildings for inspections. It's now up to a jury to decide whether Oprah Winfrey intentionally bashed a group of cattlemen with talk of mad cow disease. After 2 hours of closing arguments, the lawsuit was handed over to a Texas jury. The cattlemen claim Winfrey's comments caused cattle prices to bottom out. Her attorneys point out that none of the comments was specific enough to warrant a lawsuit. And Pope John Paul II is calling on people worldwide to use the next 40 days to get back in touch with our beliefs. Today is Ash Wednesday, the traditional start of Lent. The Pope celebrated with traditional ceremonies at a church in Vatican City. The Lenten season ends on Easter Sunday.
Another big night for the music industry. The 40th annual Grammy Awards aired earlier tonight here on CBS, and like all live shows, it had some surprises. Whoa. Singer Vanessa Williams was nearly swept off her feet by a rising prop early in the show. The crowd gave standing ovations to singer Bob Dylan for his comeback from heart problems, and Aretha Franklin filled in for an ailing Luciano Pavarotti. But the night belonged to the Dylan family. Bob Dylan won Album of the Year and the award for Best Male Rock Performance. His son Jacob won Best Group Performance with his band The Wallflowers. Song of the Year went to Sean Calvin for Sonny Came Home. Sarah McLachlan won for Female Pop Vocal Performance. And Elton John won Male Pop Performance with his tribute to Princess Diana. The prestigious award for Best New Artist went to Paula Cole.
MTV is known for its cutting-edge imagery, but it seems some things are too sacred even for that network. The channel is cutting 53 seconds of footage showing Madonna playing with her baby daughter. The video was shot at a Los Angeles studio last fall and was to air as part of a special this weekend. Madonna has also posed with a child in Vanity Fair magazine, but Madonna had second thoughts about showing her baby's face this week after she was mobbed by fans in Paris. MTV officials said they didn't need the footage anyway.
So she's going to keep the baby under wraps,
Yes,
huh?
keep things private.
Yeah.
So I'm bummed. So take me out to the ball game. My rendition didn't win anything.
No, we were wondering whether or not you were going to get a Grammy for that one.
We voted for it, though. We want you to know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, I voted for Duke. Tonight, they played great, and they are Hogs highlight. One guy in particular stands up for the Blue Devils. That is Roshan McLeod. Boy, had 15 points in the first half. He was playing great, and then he comes and has a super second half, ends up with 20. He's the real leader of this team. The senior, Roshan McLeod, you are Hogs highlight. Final score tonight, 76-53. Duke a winner over Georgia Tech. More in sports.
So we can't get you to sing for us tonight, though, huh?
I'm not sure if that's not scaring people away. I'm still upset about that being on TV.
Thanks, Mike. Well, coming up, a Two Wants to Know investigation. Don't get stuck with a stick.
Find out what this piece of home workout equipment, rather, can and can't do for your physique.
If you like the weather in the Piedmont today, we'll see if we can't come up with another one like it for tomorrow. The forecast is coming up next.
What's for lunch, Aunt Bee?
Some of my new homemade pickles.
Barney, what sounds good to you?
A cold bird tastes just as good as a warm one.
What's cooking, Mayberry? This week at 5:30.
This is about the best preserves I ever ate.
Love that John Travolta. They say his new film's pretty close to the real-life scandal going on. Is it the president or is it not the president? John Travolta is here with co-stars Emma Thompson and Kathy Bates next open Texas.
Tomorrow at 4 on WFMY2.
Tonight, as Americans, what will we do? Watch Susan Sarandon, gold medal aerialist Eric Burgess, and Aretha Franklin on The Late Show tonight.
Someone has raided the archives of the British Broadcasting Corporation. Their mission? Smuggle rare live recordings of rock's greatest artists into the US. Now you can get your hands on these exclusive live at the BBC recordings. Where?
Best Buy.
Get Roy Orbison live at the BBC for $9.99 exclusively from Best Buy.
Now that's a great idea.
If you've been dreaming of affordable luxury, pinch yourself. The new Nissan Altima, one of the many cars available with 5.9% APR financing for 60 months at your local Nissan store. Our engineers created a work of art. Fortunately, so did our accountants. The Nissan Maxima GXE lease, $279 a month for 39 months with a $999 initial payment, only at your local Nissan store.
Get your First Alert forecast 24 hours a day from BTI and News 2. Today's forecast is brought to you by Home Max.
What is freedom? Sometimes it's being able to play your music as loud as you want. What's the price of freedom? In a Home Max home, it's less than you think.
Now, your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Randy Jackson.
Hi, folks. Good evening. As you lay your head down on the pillow tonight, you can smile away all the thoughts about what a gorgeous day it was and hope that tomorrow morning when you get out and on your way, we see some more nice sunshine and some more comfortable temperatures, too. Here at the Forecast Center, we're still at 49, so just one away from 50 now, although as you'll see in just a minute, it's considerably cooler out at the airport. The winds are light, no precipitation, humidity still very low. 39%, so the air mass out there is a cool one, and it's one that is rather dry indeed. Check out the numbers for the area today. 67, our high here at the Forecast Center. You know, we shouldn't normally see a temperature like that until about the 5th day of April, so we are well ahead in the numbers today. 66 the high at the airport, our low at 41, 44 at the airport, although just at the top of the hour, they've dropped below that. They're now at 42, so mark that down as the low for the day out at PTI. 81, the record high. It can get warm. It did back in 1930 on this date, and 6 degrees for our record low. We established that in 1967. There's the 42 at PTI, still 44 in Raleigh, 52 in Charlotte, and look, there's even some cold air up in Beckley. 32 there, but back out to the southwest, readings are all still in the 50s, real comfortable. Tomorrow promises to be another pretty good looking day too. Here's the weather story tonight. Warm, muggy air in the midsection of the country. Here's our little nose of cooler air that's working in now, mainly because of our dry air mass and our relatively clear skies. But look back to the west. Look here through parts of the Rocky Mountain states, temperatures in the teens, and when you get this real cold air to drain down and run into that warm, humid air, it really sets the stage for fireworks, and that's what nature has brewing tonight. In fact, a very classic-looking satellite return here. Big plume of moisture riding in from the Gulf of Mexico and across Mexico develops into big thunderstorms tonight in the southern plains. Meanwhile, that moisture is thrown back into the colder air, and snows are falling through many parts of the upper Midwest and the Rocky Mountains. In fact, some folks are getting snow that haven't seen any for a while. What we can do here is color enhance the clouds. We take the tallest, coldest clouds and turn them color so you can see where the most intense activity can be found. And again, tonight across Oklahoma and Texas, as we talked about this evening at 6, all of that seems to be working out. In fact, when we superimpose the radar, you can see severe thunderstorm and tornado watches that have been issued for that area around Dallas-Fort Worth. Lots of reports tonight of very gusty winds, even 3/4-inch hail, as that squall line type of activity moves into that area as well as southeastern Oklahoma now. Interesting thing is, if we take the radar now and show you where all the different types of precipitation are going on, there's the line of thunderstorms that's developing in the warm air, but back in the cold air here, blizzard-like conditions. At Rapid City Airport, the temperature's down in the 20s. It is snowing heavily with 71-mile-an-hour winds. So folks there are experiencing a blizzard, while the folks down in the southern plains experience springtime, and we kind of sit in the balance here in the Piedmont and are enjoying every minute of it at this point. Now tomorrow looks to be another beauty. We'll see some sunshine, a nice temperature up in the mid-60s. As we work through the day, though, some of those clouds from that storm system in the Midwest will gradually move in our way. They will thicken up across the area tomorrow night, and then by Friday, we're likely to be close enough to this contrast area here where we develop some showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms of our own. We'll talk about that as we take a look at the forecast. Tonight, we start in real nice shape. Skies fair, temperatures cool, 32 to 37 the overnight low, so not that bad when you head out in the morning. Through the day, sunshine, some clouds will be mixing in, but again, April-like temperatures, 63 to 68 are highs tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the clouds that come in will begin to thicken, and maybe overnight, we could see a couple of spotty sprinkles develop, but nothing heavy tomorrow. 40 to 45 for the overnight lows. Then into the day Friday, as that system develops to our west, more clouds, some scattered showers, and possible thunderstorms. Temperatures of 58 to 63. Let's try to move that out of the way for the weekend. Here's the way the next 7 days add up. There's that chance of a thunderstorm in for Friday. Saturday looks to be a clearer day and a rather pleasant one. Then on Sunday, another little impulse brings a chance of a shower or storm in. You can see the way the temperatures drop off somewhat as well. But it's really interesting to watch tonight. I mean, we've got springtime going in one place and blizzards going on in others, and it makes for an interesting weather night.
I'll tell you, you've had a time this year, haven't you?
This week, this month, yeah, you're right. This year's been
interesting.
Thanks to our friend Elney.
That's right. Thanks, Randy.
Okay.
Well, coming up on News 2 at 11, the Duke Blue Devils take one more step toward the weekend's big matchup with the Tar Heels. We'll take you to the locker room coming up in sports.
And a 2 Wants to Know investigation. What it takes to fit into one of those Grammy gowns. Will this home exercise equipment sculpt you into a glamour queen? Find out.
Now, with 3.9% APR for 36 or 48 months, almost anyone can swing a 98 Civic.
We used to go out, you know.
Yeah. What happened?
Need a smile?
Hi, Domino's.
Order any pizza and you get a choice of classic hand-tossed, crunchy, thin crust or ultimate deep dish. Domino's, delivering 1 million smiles a day.
Oh, yeah. We still know how to party.
Call now and get any medium pizza with any number of toppings for just $8.99. That's any medium pizza for $8.99. Or get a large with any toppings for just $10.99.
For the Rocky Mountain Beaver, building a home comes naturally. Selecting the right pieces requires creativity and practicality. Being industrious, patient, and selective. So the job is done properly. Few of us are born with these skills. The rest of us could use a little help. That's why Badcock Home Furnishing Centers offer many styles of bedroom sets with prices for any budget. Badcock, making your house a home since 1904.
The most exciting, long-lasting, most popular car in its class is now very affordable.
Right now, get 2.9% APR GMAC financing or $1,500 cash back on any new 98 Pontiac Grand Am.
Hurry, Grand Am is built to last, but this offer isn't.
Get great values on 98 Grand Ams at your Carolina Pontiac dealers.
From all across the Piedmont, you're watching News 2 at 11 with Sandra Hughes and Frank Fraboni. News 2, working for you.
Forget the music and check out the fashions. From faux pas to fashion first, music's big night in the Big Apple brings out the best and the brightest of the music world, but just check out what the stars are wearing. Grammy winners were all decked out and pumped up. No official word yet on who won the best and worst dressed, but you can bet fitting into some of these dresses will be more difficult than actually winning an award. Okay, go from flab to fab in as little as 6 minutes a day. You know, listening to exercise gurus on TV, those ads sound convincing.
Boy, don't they. But are the buff babes and beefy bodybuilders really working out with home equipment, or do they have to step up to the Stairmaster just like the rest of us? Lisa Manzo's here with a look at a newcomer to the home exercise equipment. Lisa, exactly what is that thing?
Well, it's called a body blade, and it works by waving it with different hand positions. Now, the instructional video has a Super 6 program that's supposed to whip you into shape. But can waving a stick like this take you from dud to stud? That's what 2 wants to know.
By the look on this guy's face, you get the impression he's working hard. But we weren't convinced, so we took a body blade to a local gym for a workout.
Put your hands right there.
Okay.
You can either do this. No.
Go like this.
By the look on Steve Williams' face, you know something's happening, but even he's not sure what.
It serves 2 purposes. Now you can take short flights to Jamaica.
Beyond the embarrassment, Steve says he's not getting much workout with the body blade.
You can feel that in the shoulders, the traps a little bit, but I still feel weird.
How's it compare to a bench press?
I don't get the tightness out when I work out with the free weights.
Police officer Tim Bellamy works out 4 times a week. He says this won't give him any bulk for his buck.
This is the most awkward thing. It's like you're mixing a big cake.
Steve and Tim say this exercise is missing something. Resistance to build muscle.
But you can do the same thing if you just had a regular stick or something in your hand.
So I invented my own stick using PVC pipe and sand and asked Dr. Stephen Reese what he thinks.
Yeah, yours works just as well.
But that doesn't really mean much because Dr. Reese says
exactly
neither of these exercises will give you the aerobic workout you need to burn fat.
Yeah, take a walk more than anything else. Take a walk and carry a couple cans of soup.
Compare the price of a can of soup to this.
What if I told you it was $140?
$140? I wouldn't believe you.
That $140 does include this workout video. We contacted the body blade inventor. He says this blade does strengthen and tone muscle, but he admits you probably won't lose weight unless you combine the body blade with good nutrition and aerobics. To be fair, Dr. Reese says the body blade could be helpful for elderly people or someone who's recovering from an injury because these type of movements can tone your muscles. But all of our experts agree you don't need to spend $100 to get the same results. If you've got a story you'd like us to look into, give News 2 a call at 1-800-593-FMY2.
Does look like you'd have some fun with it, though.
Certainly so.
Well, it's tournament time in the Piedmont. Mike's up next with news from the CIAA in Winston-Salem and the Southern Conference in Greensboro. But first, tonight's scoreboard.
looking for. Jeep Cherokee, action-packed with power steering, power mirrors, AM/FM stereo, dual airbags, and no charge air. For not $22,000, not $19,000. But now, get into this loaded Jeep Cherokee for this low action figure. So get into the action. Jeep Cherokee, starting at around 16 grand.
Check one out at your Jeep and Eagle dealer.
The triple-double is a rare feat in ACC play, having occurred only 5 times. Virginia's Bill Miller recorded the first ever in 1955 against NC State. The most recent was turned in by Tim Duncan in 1996. This ACC Great Break brought to you by the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South.
Play the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South Great Play giveaway. You can score a $10,000 Real Yellow Pages shopping spree or $100 that's up for grabs every weekday. Just look up the page number for tonight's winning heading in your copy of the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South. Here's tonight's heading. Then call 1-800-691-4224 for your chance to be a winner. Watch for the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South Great Play giveaway every weekday during the 6 and 11 o'clock news.
Pictures of your baby, developed in 1 hour flat.
While you're at the marketplace, Winn-Dixie Marketplace.
Today's sports segment is brought to you by Subaru of America.
Hey, is that leather?
That's right. This is the Subaru Outback Limited.
2 sunroofs. Nice touch.
I hear it has full-time all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
All's a turn better than a blazer. Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
You know, the wife and kids would really like one of those.
Now, News 2 Sports with Mike Hogwood.
Hi, everybody. The top-ranked Duke Blue Devils on the road tonight in Atlanta, going for a share of the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship, playing a Georgia Tech team. It's final home game. But look at this. The Duke defense did it once again. They've done this all year long. Wojo with the steal in the bucket. Now, Matt Harpring is the leading scorer in the ACC. He was pretty much shut out except for this bucket. Had his jersey retired, the number 15 for the game. Really one of the class guys in the league. Look at the defense here, folks. Chris Carrawell with the steal and the slam. Rashawn McLeod, as we told you in the Hogs Highlight, helps Duke on a 12-0 run at one point in the first half. Halftime, Duke leads 44-25. Second half, they add more. McLeod with the 3. Elton Brand, again, showed some good moments, like he's getting into shape. He's going to be trouble. Now sets up the big match with Carolina on Saturday. Duke wins 76-53. Well, the CIAA tournament's going on in Winston-Salem, as we've been telling you. Winston-Salem State's Rams are playing tonight against Shaw University. I mean, it's looking good, isn't it? Sam Hanger. When he lived here in town, we used to call him Coat. Well, Coat Hanger's team looking good, and the Rams jump out to an early lead, nailing some big threes in this game. But Shaw's a team that's going to fight for a while. Johnny Watkins here with a 3. The Rams are up early, but Shaw comes storming back. James Taylor with the jam. Little fire and rain for James Taylor there. Winston-Salem State, though, Tyrone Thomas was the man tonight. He leads the Rams to a win, 75-65. I'd like to welcome all the teams who are in town and fans for the Southern Conference Tournament, which begins tomorrow night in the Greensboro Coliseum. Still tickets left for that. Practice sessions tonight that included those UNCG Spartans who have been depleted. But that's right, you're seeing Nathan Jamison running the floor. No word on whether or not he's going to be able to play tomorrow night. But there is maybe a little bit of hope with Demetrius Cherry gone. They've only had 8 guys practicing all week. They had a really hard workout at the Coliseum tonight, getting ready for Western Carolina tomorrow at 9. Randy Peel says his team has worked hard and they're ready.
I've got a young team, and you know, to me, every day is a process of building. And so by that, you'll see me do things in practice that maybe not everybody will do. And what I mean by that is, you know, we're going to work hard in practice. And we may only go for 45 minutes, but we're going to go hard for 45 minutes. And that's the biggest thing that I want to convey to our team.
Again, UNCG plays tomorrow night at 9 against Western Carolina. Now, Appalachian is also in this tournament. They are favored to get to that championship game, and today The coach of the Mountaineers, Buzz Peterson, the former North Carolina Tar Heel, was named the Southern Conference's Coach of the Year. Buzz Peterson's Mountaineers certainly had a successful season, clinching a share of first place, and nobody's counting against them, least of all Buzz Peterson, who's certainly proud of his team's effort this season.
These kids work hard, and we've got three great seniors who've been here for a while, been through a lot, and I talked to them after the last week after the Davidson game, and they were saying they never thought they'd be in this position 2 years ago, but they've worked hard for it, and I'm proud of them.
Congrats to Buzz Peterson, Southern Conference Coach of the Year. Charlotte Hornets concluding that tough 6-game road trip tonight. Tonight, the Hornets were in Detroit to play the Pistons, and the hometown guy, Glenn Rice, has a great game, 33 points. And the Hornets finished 3-3 on this road trip. They had a pretty good game tonight, despite a good performance by Grant Hill on the part of the Pistons, the former Duke Blue Devil, with 27. But the Hornets come away with a win, 98-88. So I say 3-3 on a road trip like that's pretty good. Now the guys come home.
You got it, 50-50, not bad. All right, thanks, Mike.
Well, a rare solar event is coming. We'll show you how to safely see the partial eclipse of the sun.
Closed caption on News 2 is made possible by a partnership with Bell South, your North Carolina neighbor for over 100 years.
For 1998, the Lexus LS400 comes equipped with an innovative vehicle skid control system, helping you maintain control even when the environment turns a bit hostile. Chase down a great value today at Flo Lexus in Kernersville.
At Harris Teeter, we're as fresh at 5 p.m. as we are at the beginning of the day. We call it the best at 5. Every evening, your Harris Teeter store is still at its best, with fresh products in every department, advertised features in stock, a full variety of meat and produce, friendly Harris Teeter associates, and best of all, a fast checkout to get you home sooner. You deserve the best at 5.
The best is what we're all about.
Why look all over the city for low prices? It's easy to find savings in every department at Circuit City's 2-day sale. Friday and Saturday, pay no interest and make no payments for 6 months on all purchases $3.99 and up. And get $100 mail-in rebates on all computer, printer, and monitor packages, like this compact system with color monitor and Hewlett-Packard inkjet printer. Just $1299.99 before a $100 mail-in rebate. And this Zenith compact VHS camcorder is just $349.99. It's Circuit City's 2-day sale.
Where do I draw the line? Right here. Why should I pay more for a sport utility vehicle? For me, this Jeep Grand Cherokee is priced way out of line, unlike the reasonably priced Chevy Blazer. Amazing. Blazer has everything I want and still costs $2,200 less than Grand Cherokee. Plus, only Blazer features Chevy's exclusive driver control system for car-like comfort. See for yourself why Blazer is not only in line with your budget, it's the best sport utility value on the road.
What's the scene at the bus stop?
Well, it shouldn't be too bad this morning. It sure won't feel like a winter morning, that's for sure. Kids head out the door tomorrow, look for fair skies. Temperature's cool, but not cold, 32 to 37 degrees.
Just before Dave, if you have some extra time tomorrow afternoon, it might be worth catching a look at the sky. Just afternoon at 12:11, the sun's surface will start to shade. Here in North Carolina, we'll only see a partial eclipse with about 1/4 of the sun's surface covered. It's dangerous to look at it with your naked eye, so use Mylar glasses like some of the ones we've shown you here, or cut a hole in a paper or in a box, and the regular sunglasses just will not give you enough protection. So we'll have live coverage of the event tomorrow on News 2 at noon. It looks like the 3D type glasses, but I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, I don't think it has the right film on it.
Special glasses.
We've been showing that one guy for 3 days now. He's a trip, I'm telling you.
I've got a fancy set of shades, haven't I?
Well, that's all for now. Thanks for staying up with us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
News 2, working for you.
for 98 has great news. Following record-breaking sales, Century by Buick is the winner of a Consumer's Digest Best Buy Award. This is Buick's year. This is the time we fly. A loaded Century for under $20,000. Buy it now with low 1.9 financing or lease it for $289 a month. And you could win 2 free tickets to the 98 ACC tournament. See your Piedmont Buick dealer, providing the official cars.
I look at the information highway. I wonder, who's building the rest stops? When everything's mobile and virtual and made of silicon and fibers and zips around in nanoseconds, will there be time we'll have to just stop, talk? And think about it. I don't want to leave email for a person. I want to speak to a person.
The press praised it. Luxury car companies feared it. The public adored it. Now it's about to happen all over again. Presenting the new Nissan Altima. Enjoy the ride.
You're watching WFMY2, an equal opportunity employer.